Do you often feel like you can be a more effective project manager? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you some great habits that I use to help me with my effectiveness that you are going to find really good. Now, if you really want to be effective at projects, you need to grab my cheat sheet on how to understand what are the project mistakes that you need to avoid. I'm going to tell you how to get that a little bit later. Hi, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Adriana Girdler, and you have landed on the best practical project management channel out there. Obviously, in my humble opinion. Now, I would love it and be so appreciative if you could subscribe, as it does help our community grow. Now, on that note, do you want to learn how to be an effective project manager? Let's get to it. Be proactive. This is really important to be an effective project manager, because if you're passive or reactive, then you're constantly behind the eight ball trying to catch up, and things will feel very overwhelming, not only for you, but for your project team. So you want to be proactive. You really want to engage by thinking ahead. That's through your project plans, understanding what risks are, checking in with the team constantly. It's really understanding good workflow habits that you need to start implementing, and being proactive by thinking ahead is really going to help you be more efficient and effective. Find harmony. Okay, when it comes to projects, it is really easy to put everything else first but yourself. Now, it's interesting, you notice how I said harmony and not balance? Because balance means 50-50. That means 50 on our work life, 50 on our personal life. But let's be honest, the reality of project management is that's not the case. There are ebbs and flows, ups and downs, where in some areas of the project timeline, we may be really busy and working a lot, maybe even in the evenings on weekends. That's not balance. However, if you find harmony, that really helps you be more effective as a project manager, because you already know, setting yourself up, that there's going to be these ebbs and flows. So find that harmony. Really ensure that you understand that. Ensure that you have good sleep, you eat well. In order to help you with that harmony, you really want to give a little bit of carving out time for yourself. One of my favorite techniques that I do is meditation. I'm a big believer in meditation. It really keeps me actually in harmony, because I don't get caught up in that vortex of all the white noise of the whirlwind of business, particularly when things are really busy. And I am working in the evenings, and I am working on the weekends. Not all the time, but when that happens, that's really critical. So even 5 minutes has a huge way and a great benefit to keep you in harmony. So just remember, to be an effective project manager, it's not doing everything always constantly. It's finding harmony in that, because you are a person outside of work. Manage your time. Implementing and understanding time management techniques is really going to be critical for effective project management. When you know how to manage your time properly, it allows you to be more productive and less stressed in the day, because you understand how your day is going to unfold. Even for those emergencies that pop up, because good time management teaches you how to think in that overall picture, not just of getting tasks done, but how to get things done in a day when things pop up as well. I got you covered. I actually have a link under this video on how to prioritize through the day, because prioritization is going to be one of your best friends when it comes to time management. Before we jump into the next tip, don't forget, stay tuned to the end of the video, because I'm going to tell you how you can get your hands on that checklist I told you about at the beginning on how to avoid project mistakes. Listen before you respond. Okay, how does this tie into being an effective project manager? Well, let me tell you how that ties in. Naturally, as human beings, when we're in conversation with people, we so desperately want to get our point across that, you know what happens? We don't listen. We don't listen to the other person's point. Now, in order to be a real effective project manager, it becomes critical that you listen to what people and your team members are saying to you. They have wealth of information. Don't forget, they're subject matter experts. So it becomes really important that don't worry about formulating your thoughts. Really listen to what they're saying, because they are going to give you a lot of amazing information, whether it's directly through the words they use or indirectly by the subtext of what they're saying, that you need to pick up on, because that may lead to other things that you're going to do, like maybe some risk is popping up. They're not necessarily saying it, but you can sense it, hear it behind the subcontext. And why? Because you listened and you picked up on that. You weren't busy formulating your response. Your job as a project manager, particularly an effective project manager, is not to tell people what to do. It's to guide and lead people, and they're the subject matter experts. Your team has a wealth of information. Listen to what they're saying. It's going to help you be more effective and really keep you focused and laser beamed. Keep learning. If you're going to be an effective project manager, well, guess what? It's continuous improvement, baby. We constantly have to be improving. You never say, I'm done. I've learned everything I could learn, because even if you learn from past projects and interactions that you've had with people that you're not going to get anywhere else except for the live experience, you can learn from that. So how is it that you can learn and be better to be an effective project manager? Well, there's lots of things you can do. You can read books, you can take courses, you can even see if you can mentor with another project manager. Those are great ways. Now, speaking of courses, there's this real excellent course I highly recommend called Slay PM. Hint, hint, guess what? It's my course. Okay, I know, shameless little plug here, but I'm letting you know it's practical, gives you all the information you need. Link is below this video if you want to check it out. But really learning and keeping yourself abreast with the latest things that are happening and learning from past projects, but taking into account how people work as well and learning from that is just going to improve you and be more effective as a project manager. So put on that continuous improvement hat and that mindset of continuous learning. It really is going to help you tremendously. Action plan check-in. Huh? What? Okay, to be an effective project manager, you need to be on top of your plan. This should be a no-brainer, it should be a given, but you'll be surprised. I do come across when team members aren't really diligent with checking into their project plan. Or as a consultant, when I go into an organization, some project managers are not diligent with checking into the project plan. That is your lifeline, everyone's lifeline, to know what's going on. It lists out everything that is expected from everyone, the associated timelines expected from everyone, and it should also have, if you use a WBS action plan, and if you're wondering what that is, it's in my course, then what that does is also a communication tool as well. So you need to have a regular schedule of checking into the action plan, not only yourself, but your team members. That really ensures effectiveness for you, because you can't do it all. Right? You can't. You have to look at the macro view. So you need to ensure that you're checking in, your team members are checking in, so that people can just really work towards the plan. And then that way, when you get together for meetings to do other stuff, you're not focusing on the plan because everyone's already checking into it. Really great thing I highly recommend that you start implementing immediately is that standard check-in that you expect from everyone and yourself. Okay, you made it to the end. And if you waited, you're wondering, okay, tell me how I can get your checklist, Adriana. Well, guess what? Really simple. It's under this video in the links below. So go grab it. It's for you. It's my gift to you so that you can learn how to avoid project mistakes. So on that note, see you at the next video. Bye.